Blessings, 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 everyone. This is your host of Think About It Tuesday, Dr. David D. King. And I'm excited to be with you guys on tonight on this beautiful Tuesday night, 2 days before Thanksgiving. So let me just say happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Enjoy your families and friends. And I want y'all to tag some people in because we're about to go into something. Y'all know on Think About It Tuesday, I'll always try to give you something to think about, something to consider, something to even go and look up for yourself, something to uh, join in on everything that we're going to talk about today. I just got to upload. Give me 1 second. I need to upload something because I want you. It's something that we're going to talk about, and I just need to load it up. Just give me 1 second. Um, Cancel that. Can't put it there. I gotta put it. Um, where do I make my announcements? Oh, right here. Let's put it here. Just give me 1 second. Y'all just come on and tune in as we. There it is. Uh, Load up. I want to say hello to everybody that's watching uh, due to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I'm going live on Instagram right now as well. So I'm excited about that as well. And then it'll go to all of the podcast areas. And I want to thank FeedSpot for allowing us to be number 9 in the rankings as the top political podcast and one of the best political podcasts in the state of Wisconsin. We are in the top 20. We are number 9. And so we are grateful to that as well. I see my good brother J Rod is watching. And we're going to talk about some stuff here, guys, in a minute. Just give me 1 more second. I just got to tag a couple of more people in this because I want you guys to answer a question for me when it comes to everything that is going on. I see Pastor Mays is watching. God bless you, Pastor Mays, for watching. Tune in, share with this because we got some questions that we need answered. So let me put up the question. I saw something the other day and it kind of puzzled me. And so let me put that up on this screen and then I am going to, as I put this up, there you go. Can y'all see that? It says MPS, Milwaukee Public Schools, was given a 58 out of 100, which means they meet expectation according to DPI. Milwaukee Public Schools was giving a 58 out of 100, which means they meet expectation according to DPI. Now, some of you guys would be saying, oh, that's awesome. That is great. But I got a question for y'all today. And that question that I have for you guys is this. And I'm going to see if I can load them up as well, because I don't want to just say something just to be saying something, but I want to be able to back up everything that I'm going to say tonight with some questions that I might have going into, and it might not let me put it up because of it's under a PowerPoint. So I'm going to read you guys. So let me put it up on my other computer. Okay. DPI gave Milwaukee Public Schools a 58 out of 100, and they met expectation. But the question I have tonight is, what was they grading? That's something that I want you guys to ask. What was they grading? And I tell you why. Because according to the report card that comes out from the NAEP, which stands for National Assessment Education Progress. And this is the report card that goes all around this country. All right? And tell me, how did they get a 58 out of 100 when the national report card for 2022, now watch this, in 2022, I want y'all to understand what I'm about to say to you. Out of the students, is this Wisconsin or is this Milwaukee? Okay, watch this. And then I'm going to put up the other ones. But according to the report card for Wisconsin, because we always got these people trying to say things to us, try to say things to us. So the report card for Wisconsin, and then I'm gonna go to Milwaukee because I want you guys to see this. But the report card for Wisconsin, these are, what grade is this that I'm pulling up first? Fourth graders math scores. Fourth grade math scores, according to the NAEP, you can look it up, National Assessment Education Progress. That's the report cards for every education system in the country. According to the report card, 66% of white students, fourth grade white students, 66% can read at their grade level. 8% of blacks can read at their grade level. And we're talking about fourth graders. 14% of Hispanic, 5% of Asians, 2% of American Indians, and two or more races is at 5% at reading at their grade level. Listen to this. In 2022, black students had an average score that was 48 points lower than that for white students. This performance gap was wider than the gap that was in 2003 at 35 points. In 2022, Hispanic students had an average score that was 24% lower than the white students, and that gap in 2023 and 2003 was 22 points. In 2022, male students in Wisconsin had an average score that was not sufficient enough from that of female students. In 2022, students who were eligible for lunch program had an average score that was 28 points lower than that of students who were not eligible for free lunch. And they are 23 points lower. So they dropped 5 points They went down even lower, 5 points. So you're telling me that in 2022, just last year, 8% of black fourth graders in the state of Wisconsin, 8% can read at their grade level. 8% fourth graders. I'm going to go to the other ones as well. I'm going to the other ones as well. So let me go to the next one. Let's do the fourth grade math. And you can find this. Stop letting them just tell you guys anything, because you can find these if you just look. Stop letting them telling you 58 out of 100. So you got to ask yourself, if fourth graders couldn't read in 2022, what happened? Somebody threw a magic wand and all of a sudden they can read now, and all of a sudden they dare? Listen to this. 8%. Well, 66% of white fourth graders can do math at their grade level. 8% of blacks can do math at their grade level. 14% of Hispanic can do math at their grade level. In 2022, black students had an average score that was 48 points lower than that of white students. And it's 48. In 2003, they was at 35. So it even went higher that black fourth graders math that can do math at their grade level, now that gap went from 35 to 48 points less than a white fourth grader. A Hispanic fourth grader average score that was 24 points lower than that of a white student, and it went from 22 to 24. So now theirs is starting to climb, that more and more children can't do math. In 2022, students who was eligible for lunch program had an average score that was 28% lower than students that was not eligible for the lunch program. And it was 23% in 2003. So in 20 years, they're steady dumbing down the education, and they steady messing our children up. Now, those are fourth graders. Oh, wrong one. Let me go to the 8th grade. Let's start with 8th grade reading. In 8th grade reading, the number didn't change. 67% of whites in 8th grade can read. 67%. In blacks 8th graders, only 8% can do math. 15% Hispanic can do math. Can read. Let me see which one this is. This is the reading. 8% black kids in 8th grade can read. 15% of of Latinos or Mexicans in the 8th grade can read. So let's look at it, the notes. In 2022, black students had an average score that was 38 points lower than that for white students. And in 1998, they was at 35, and now they're at 38. Hispanic, 22. In 2022, Hispanic students had an average that was 19 points lower than white students. Performance gap they went from in 1998, they went from 13 to 19. In 2022, students who were eligible for the lunch program was 26% lower than the students who were not eligible for lunch program. In 2022, male students in Wisconsin had an average score that was lower than that of female students by 8 points. Now that's reading, eighth grade. This is their report card from 2022. Let's look at math. Same number, 67, 15, and 8. Blacks, 8. Black students on the average scored that was 53 points lower than that for white students. And they went from 49 in 2003. In 20 years, they went from 49 to 53. In 2022, Hispanic students had an average score that was 27 points lower than that of white students. So the Latinos, Hispanics are doing better in math than they did 20 years ago. So they're coming up. Male students is still averaging below female students. In 2024 and 2022, students that was eligible for the lunch program averaged a score of 29 points lower than the students that are not eligible for lunch. So how did they get a 58 out of 100? Let me go over here. How did they get 58 out of 100? And how are they grading MPS to say that they are doing exactly what needs to be done? See, the problem that we have, y'all, is this. We just let them do anything, say anything, and we do not address nothing. We just allow them to do, say, go wherever they want to go, and we don't do anything about it. We just allow them uh, to just tell us anything. So my question to them is, where's they getting their data from out of to give MPS a 58 out of 100? 58 out of 100. Think about that. 58 out of 100. 58 out of 100. So now let me go over to, I want to pull up the Milwaukee Public School. Let me see if I can pull up Milwaukee Public Schools. Because I think we need to look at all of this. And the biggest problem that we have, you guys, is that we just let them tell us anything and we don't challenge nothing. And we need to start to challenge. We need to start to ask questions. We need for them to tell us exactly where they getting this information that they're telling you, like MPS is doing work, doing a good job. You guys, we already know is not true. We already know that they're just graduating people. We already know that they're not doing anything to better education. We know this, and we need to stand on this, and we need to ask questions about this, and we need to make sure that whatever they are saying or doing to our children, we need to know more. We need to pay attention. We need to stop just letting them tell us anything. We need to make sure that things are happening the way they're supposed to happen. And so I'm going to go over to Milwaukee MPS because I want us to find out what is the score for MPS for Milwaukee. And so I just have to go over here and pull it up because of the fact that uh, we ain't paying attention and we're just allowing them to say whatever it is they want to say to us. And then we're allowing them just to get away with it. So let's let me go over and see if they're going to give me Milwaukee because I just had it a little while ago. So I'm going to pull it up for you guys. But here's the thing, too. For years, guys, we have allowed them to just say anything to us. We allowed them to not line up. We allowed them to just give us any kind of information, knowing it's not right, knowing it's not real, um, knowing that uh, it's a lie. Let's just call it what it is. It's a bald faced lie that they're doing, and the thing about it is we're allowing them to do it. We're allowing them. Uh, we're allowing them to just get away with it. Let me pull up. Okay, let me go in, and I am going to pull up Milwaukee's uh, information because when I heard and somebody sent me uh, the information, I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Okay, this is 2023's. Let's see, by state, by state, by state, by state. Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Okay, they haven't taken it yet. Okay, so let's go back to 2022 because I'm trying to figure out where did we get assessment? Where did we get? Uh, there it is. Where did we get? Or how did we get uh, the score that they gave us, and what did they grade everybody on? I mean, that's something that we have to ask. What did they grade us on? To okay, I'm going into Milwaukee because we need to see exactly what MPS is doing. Uh, let's see. Come on, let's do this. I'm pulling up uh, Wisconsin now. I got it. Okay, 2022 district math. Continue. Okay, Milwaukee. And what grade is this? Fourth grade. Okay. According to the NAEP report, fourth grade math, we are under We are under the national, we are under the national average. Okay. The average, let me make sure I got it right. We are at, in Milwaukee, we are under, we are under basic scores for the national that we are actually at a 195, and this is 239 Hispanics, a 195 blacks, I'm sorry, a 207 Hispanic, a 195 black, and a 239 white. These are the scores that I'm looking at. And those that are eligible for lunch scores altogether scores of 202, and those that's eligible, I mean that's not eligible, is at a 230. So when we look at our fourth graders, let's see, uh, when we look at our fourth graders are suffering. And the reason our fourth graders are suffering because a number of reasons. And parents, I advise you to sit down with your children and have them read to you. Um, let's see, percentage of fourth graders, MPS students. That's a percentage distributed of fourth graders, public school students in Milwaukee in the National um, Assessment Education Progress is that let's see, 199, 45, 10. So I'm just checking out a lot of the a lot of the stuff that's going on when it comes to our fourth graders, and then I'm gonna take a look at the eighth graders. Let's do fourth graders first. Okay, let's look at the achievements. In sixth district, let's see, Milwaukee, Milwaukee fourth graders. Milwaukee fourth graders. Watch this, everybody. 11% of Milwaukee fourth graders can do math at their grade level. 35% national public, 26% larger larger cities, and as a whole, Wisconsin as a whole, Is at a 43. Only 43% of fourth graders in Wisconsin can do math at their grade level. Only 40, listen to what I'm telling you. Only 43% of our children in Wisconsin can do math at a fourth grade math, because this is the fourth grade. 43% of all the fourth graders in the state of Wisconsin can do math at their grade level, but only 11% of fourth graders in the city of Milwaukee, 11% of fourth graders in the city of Milwaukee can do math at their grade level. 11% in Milwaukee. Now let's see if I can get the eighth graders up here. Let's go back to the eighth graders and check theirs. Go down. Milwaukee. Wow. Listen to this. The nation, public schools, 26% of eighth graders can do math at their grade level. Large cities, 21% of eighth graders can do math at their grade level. The state of Wisconsin, 33% of eighth graders can do math at their grade level. In the city of Milwaukee, MPS, 7% of eighth graders can do math at their grade level. Listen what I'm telling you. 7% of eighth graders. 7%. Now remember, this just came out a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. This came out that Milwaukee Public Schools was given a 58 out of 100, which means they meet expectation according to DPI. So how can, and I'm just curious, how can Milwaukee DPI, Milwaukee Public Schools, get a 58 out of 100 when 7% of eighth graders, 11% of fourth graders can do math at their grade level? What kind of grade, how did they grade MPS? That's the question we should ask. How did they get 58? How did they get 58? 58 now out of 100 when 11% and 7%, 11% of fourth graders, 8% of 7% of eighth graders and 11% of fourth graders can do math at their grade level. Let's see if we can see the reading. Let's go to the reading. So I want to go to the reading real quick because I want us to be able to see that as well. We went to the math. Let's go to the reading and see what we get. Because this is ridiculous, you guys. And we sit around and we allow them to just tell us anything. So how did they get 58 out of 100 when our children can't read or do math? How are and what are they using to grade themselves? How many kids they can torment? How many children they can abuse? Parents, please, parents, please, I can't say it enough. Parents, please take time to ask your children to read to you or ask them to do a math problem without a calculator to see if they know math. Uh, have them, while you're driving in the car with them, have them spell uh, uh, um, the bill something off a billboard or off a store to see if they can read it and find out. And then you ask if they can't, then you have to ask the school, then what are you doing with my children for the time they there if my child can't read, if my child can't do math? What are you doing with them? And then you need to ask DPI, how did you grade us? How did you give MPS a 58 out of 100 when 7% of fourth graders can't do math? I mean, 11% of fourth graders can't do math, and 7% only 11% of fourth graders can do math, and only 7% of eighth graders can do math. So, what is their grading our children on? What are they doing with our children? What are they really setting up our children for? Failure, destruction, uh, communism? What are they doing? Because our children can't read, our children can't do math. So they go to high school. Now you wonder why high school students can only read at an elementary level. Because they're not teaching our children. They're not educating our children. They're not concerned about our children. And this is something that we got to say enough is enough. This here, and I'm going to put it back up there, is a bald-faced lie. What did they grade them for? And you know, I had a gentleman arguing with me. I had a gentleman telling me that MPS is doing good. I had a gentleman telling me that they are in MPS, they are educating our children. I had a gentleman argue with me and said to me, did you see the news that MPS got a 58 out of 100? And my question is, did you receive the report card? Because if I grade myself, I'm going to give myself a passing grade. But when I got to go to a national level, that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. And I'm not the only one know how to get these scores. I'm sure everybody know how to get them or should know how to get them. So, son, are you ready? Okay. Call me at the end of the third. Third. Call me 10 minutes with 10 minutes left in the game. I'm doing a podcast. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I had to be a father at that moment. My son is at a ball game, so I had to make sure he was good. But listen, I want you guys to understand something. I want you guys to realize something. Our children are being set up for failure. And every last one of us are going to be held responsible for allowing our children to be mistreated, to be indoctrinated with stuff they shouldn't be indoctrinated with right now, to not fighting for them. We're not fighting for our children to have a future. Our children are not even dreaming anymore. They're not believing anything anymore. They have no hope. You got eighth graders going to ninth grade that can't do math. You got fourth graders that can't read. You got eighth graders that can't read. So those that came before them are in a worse shape because they on their way out. We have to come together. We need to put aside all our petty differences. We have to come to the table and say, what can we do to better for a betterment of our children, and how can we come together to agree on our children's future? Nothing else but our children. What are we going to do different for our children? That's something we got to ask ourselves, because right now, according to the report card, we're failing our children. We're failing our children. I can't say it enough. We are failing our children. And we have to do better. And I know I'm not going to get a lot of likes on this, and I don't care about likes, because every time I tell the truth, people have a problem with the truth. And I'm okay with that, because of the fact that I'm going to continue to fight for our babies. And I'm not going to allow anybody just to say or do anything to our children. And I'm going to fight for our young people. I'm going to fight for single parents, whether you're mom or dad. I'm going to fight for parents, period. But I can't do it without you. We all need to be in this fight. We all need to be upset. We all need to be mad. We all need to say enough is enough. We all need to say that. But the more we allow them to lie to us, the more we allow them to just throw us fake numbers. This is crap, you guys. Listen, I'm going to put it up one more time. This is a bald-faced lie right here. How and what are they measuring that on it, or what did they give? That's a bald-faced lie, you guys, and you guys need to stand up for it. And you will see that the National Assessment of Education Progress will tell you a different story. You need to go on there Look it up, take your time, learn it, go through and see the grade. Parents, this where it's at. You want to know how the school is doing? Don't listen to the lies anymore. Look it up. But together, and I gotta say this, it's gonna take all of us to fix this mess. One person doesn't have the answer, but together we all can have that answer. And in the process of this, we can make lives better for our children, our grandchildren, and our great grandchildren. We can save 4 generations if we are willing to fight, if we are willing to stand up, if we are willing to do what it takes to make a better path for our children. It makes no sense that in Wisconsin, let me go there again. In Wisconsin, I should have kept it up. Okay, I'll go to math. Continue. Start with fourth grade again. Let's go back to Milwaukee. That our fourth graders are below in math. 11% of fourth graders can do math. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11%. And they get a good grade. 7% of eighth graders can do math. And they get a good grade. Let's look at reading. Let me come out and go to reading. Okay, let's go to reading. And let's start with fourth grade reading. Let's go to Milwaukee, MPS. On the national, when it comes to reading, 32% of fourth graders, national, the whole country, 32% that are in public school can read at a fourth grade level. Fourth graders. In large cities, 26% of fourth graders can read at their grade level. In Wisconsin, 33% of fourth graders can read at their grade level or above. And in Milwaukee, 12% in MPS. 12% of MPS students can read at their grade level. 12%. Let's go to the eighth graders. 12%. Listen to what I'm telling you. 12%. Let's go to eighth graders. Milwaukee. 29% of eighth graders in the nation's public schools can read from eighth grade level above. 29%. In large cities, 36%. In the state of Wisconsin, all eighth graders in the state of Wisconsin, 32% can read at their grade level. 32%. MPS, 14% of our children that's in the eighth grade can read at their grade level. Now watch this. 11% of fourth graders can do math at their grade level. 12% of fourth graders can read at their grade level. 14% of eighth graders can read at their grade level. And only 7% of eighth graders can do math at their grade level. Somebody tell me what's wrong with that picture. What's wrong? 32% of eighth graders in the state of Wisconsin at an eighth grade in the eighth grade can read at their grade level. 32%. 14% can read in the city of Milwaukee. Eighth graders can read at their grade level. What's wrong with the picture? Somebody tell me what's wrong with that picture. But they had the audacity to put this on the news. They had the audacity to put this on the news. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, when are we going to stop listening to the lies? When are we going to stop listening to the lies? Because that's all it is, a bald-faced lie. MPS has been failing our children for a long time. For a very long time. And we allowed it. That's all I can say. We allowed it. Yep, Kelly, you're right. It's way past time. Parents in Milwaukee Public Schools, you should be ticked off. You should have a holy anger. You should be totally, totally upset. This is a lie. Milwaukee Public Schools are failing our children. And if we don't do nothing, shame on us. So this is my Think About It Tuesday. I wanted to talk about this education thing. I wanted to show you guys what they was doing, how they doing it, the lie they telling. And so I wanted us to really look again. You can go to the website. It's the National Assessment of Education Progress. It is the national report card for every state and every city that has public schools. It's the report card. Now let me pull up the report card for, let's see, can I get the report card? The overall report card, which I already know we failing. I don't want the 2019 report card. I want the 2022 report card. Let's see, is this 2022 report card? What year is this? This is 2022. Let's see if I can get it by state. Wisconsin. So we suck, guys. We suck and we suck bad when it comes to uh, let me see if I can get 19 scores from seniors because I don't see. I'm noticing that they have not 2019. Okay, here it is. Report card 2019 12th graders. Okay, let's see. Can we do it by state? Okay. See if we can do it by state. I got the 12th grade, but 12th grade report cards only go to 2019 because some states have already stopped testing 12th graders and they just graduate now without testing them. So let's see if they're going to do it by state. Okay, state results, average. Let's do the average score. Okay, steady declining. So let me close this with this because this is I really don't want to look at it anymore because I'm getting upset looking at these numbers, knowing that they have not did anything to make life better for anybody. We have to get up from the seat of do nothing, get involved, address things that we need to address, do some things that we need to do to make life better for our children and help our children. Help our children. They need us more now than they ever did before. Stop letting them lie to us. Stop letting them do things that they shouldn't be doing. All right? So I'm going to say, I want to say that I'm standing to fight. Are you? Because our children need us more than ever. So this is my Think About It Tuesday. I am just gonna go and punch something. I don't know, bag, garbage, brick, wall. No, I ain't gonna punch nothing. But I am upset at these scores and then the lies that they tell. So I talk to y'all soon. This is Dr. David King. Until next time, God bless.